morning, students. In this online class, we are going to learn types of inelastic scattering. So, we know that there are four types of inelastic scattering. They are Rayleigh scattering, May scattering, Tyndall scattering, and Raman scattering. So, in our previous online class, we have discussed the topics Rayleigh scattering and May scattering. So in this video class, we are going to learn remaining two topics, Tyndall scattering and Raman scattering. Tyndall scattering. By explaining the known example, when a beam of sunlight enters into a dusty room through a window, then its path become visible to us. This is because the tiny dust particles present in the air of the room scattered the beam of light. So this is known as, or this is an example of Tyndall scattering. Students, Tyndall effect is the important 2-mark question. The scattering of light rays by the colloidal particles in the colloidal solution is called Tyndall scattering or Tyndall effect. So in this picture, there are two jars containing water and colloidal solution. So first jar, so light rays is not scattered. But in the second jar, which contain colloidal solution, is scatter the light rays. So this effect is known as Tyndall effect or Tyndall scattering. So example for colloidal solution are milk, mayonnaise, and then ice cream are some of the example for colloidal solution. Students, here is the another example to show the Tyndall effect. So the Tyndall effect is the scattering of light by particles in a colloidal or suspension solution. So light source is given by the torchlight. The first one is a solution, for example water with the salt or sugar, and then the light rays is not visible. And then second one is a colloidal solution, so example milk, and then the light rays are visible or scattered. And then third one is a suspension solution, so suspension solution is nothing but mixture of flour and water. So Tyndall effect is the scattering of light rays by the colloidal particle or suspension solution is called as Tyndall effect. Students, do you know part? Colloid is a microscopically small substance that is equally dispersed throughout the another material, example milk, ice cream, muddy water and smoke. So this is an important 1-mark question. Example for colloid, example is milk, ice cream, muddy water and smoke. And then our next important topic is Raman effect. So Raman effect is described as when the parallel beam of monochromatic, meaning single colored light, passes through a gas or liquid or transparent solid. So we have to send it in particular substance, gas or liquid or transparent solid. A part of light rays are scattered. So that's important. A part of light rays only scattered. And then the scattered light contain some additional frequency. So what is meant by frequency? Frequency is nothing but the wave travel for 1 second. So the scattered light contains some additional frequency or wavelength. So other than the incident frequency or wavelength. So this is known as Raman scattering or Raman effect. Raman scattering is defined as the interaction of light rays with the particles of pure liquid or transparent solid, which leads to a change in wavelength or frequency, is known as Raman scattering. Students, in this picture, the spectral lines having frequency equal to the incident frequency is called Rayleigh lines. So in this picture, the spectral lines, the color lines are mentioned here as spectral lines having frequency equal to the incident. So this one. So to the incident ray frequency is called Rayleigh lines. And then the spectral line which are having frequency other than the incident ray frequency are called Raman lines. So this two are other than incident frequency are known as Raman frequency or Raman lines. So the lines having frequency lower than the incident frequency is called Stokes lines or Stokes Raman scattering. See here the line having frequency lower than the incident frequency are called Stokes lines, and then last one, the line having frequency higher than the incident frequency are called anti-Stokes line. So you will study more about Raman effect in your higher classes. Let me once again recall the concept. The Raman scattering is nothing but the scattered light contains some additional frequency or wavelength other than the incident frequency or wavelength is known as Raman scattering or Raman effect. So here the first picture, there is no any additional frequency or wavelength contained because the scattered light is equal to incident light. So that is known as Rayleigh scattering. So in the second picture, the incident frequency is lower than the scattered light. So that is known as Stokes-Raman effect. And then third picture, the incident frequency is higher than the scattered light. Students, our next topic is lenses. A lens is an optically transparent medium. So we know that what is meant by opaque and what is meant by transparent. So opaque is nothing but we can't able to see the another side or another faces. So transparent is nothing but the two layer which present we can see one medium to or one face to another face. So a lens is an optically transparent medium bounded by two spherical refracting surfaces. So when we pass light rays from one face, it is transparent to another face. So transparent medium bounded by two spherical refracting surfaces or one plane and one spherical surface. So this is a simple notes about the lenses. So lens is an optically transparent medium bounded by either two spherical refracting surfaces or one plane and one spherical surfaces. So here they give an example for the lenses, different types of lenses, converging lenses and diverging lenses. So converging lens is nothing but convex lens. So convex lens is also known as converging lens, and then concave lens is also known as diverging lens. So because it converges all the light rays at a particular point. So that's why convex lens is known as converging lens. And then concave lens diverge or split the light rays. So that's why concave lens are known as diverging lens. So split the light rays when it passes through the concave lens. Students, lens are basically classified into two types. So the first one is convex lens, and then second one is concave lens. So first one, convex or biconvex lens. So it is a lens bounded by two spherical surface, such as it is thicker at the center than at the edge. So how can you identify whether it is convex lens or concave lens? So convex lens is thicker at the center and thin at the edge, and then a beam of light passing through it is converged to a point. So convex lens is also called as converging lens. So important one mark question, convex lens is also called as converging lens. And then concave lens. So concave lens, it is a bounded by two spherical surfaces, such as it is thinner at the center. Very important, concave lens is thinner at the center and thick at the edge, and then parallel beam of light rays passing through it, it diverge or spread out the light rays. So concave lens also called as diverging lens. And then other type of lenses, plano convex lens, plano concave lens. So if one of the faces of a biconvex lens is plane, then it is known as plano convex lens. And then plano concave lens. So if one of the faces of a biconcave lens is plane, then it is known as plano concave lens. So all these lenses are shown in the picture. Convex lens, the first one is a convex lens, second one is a biconvex lens, and then third one is a plano convex lens, because one surface is a plane and another one is a spherical. And then third one, positive meniscus. And then students, how can you identify whether it is convex or concave lens? So simple method, convex lens is thick at the middle, so thick at the center and thin at the edge. So this is convex lens. And then concave lens are thin at the middle and thick at the edge. So by identifying this difference, we can easily tell whether it is convex or concave lens. And then so this is a example for concave lens, and then biconcave lens, and then plano concave lens, and then negative meniscus. Students, up to this enough. So write all the important topics in your classwork note. Thank you. Have a nice day.